Got it.
57's Mike. Mike 57. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more.
And right away, he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
Yeah, and if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. Opening minute, and already a trip to the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 19. So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. Here's Bell. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That second down play nets a -4. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. That's going to be caught by Crowder. It's a Jets touchdown. Jamison Crowder, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Yeah, after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
On the ready.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. On 2nd and 10. Minshew, the sack by Jordan Willis.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Mike on set. Mike 5-4.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad. Yeah. They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Well, this is a guy who is already among an elite group of kickers that have hit from 60-plus in an NFL game, but that's a tough ask to try and get him to produce another one here.
You're exactly right. It's elite group for a reason, isn't it? No small feat for him to hit it from that distance. This one doesn't go through. I always marvel at those guys because it's the same approach every time, the same smoothness when they swing their leg. Doesn't look like they're putting anything extra even when they're kicking it for 60-plus.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
He's not going to get me.
Now Leonard Fournette. Powerful running. That second down run a big help. The 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Minshew sets to throw. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. From his own goal line, Darnold. He's got Herndon, his tight end. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there.
44, Mike. Check. I got one. Red 80.
Off of play action, Darnold. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
Check. Get that quarterback. Bang.
They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his right. This is Bell on the dump off. Slips past him.
Where'd he go?
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into first down and then some. They'll run on first down. Bell. Past the 20. Almost unstoppable on the ground there, as that one is good for 39.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now Bell. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Yeah, after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jordan Willis picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Hey, team 6.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Minshew into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. After the interception, here's Darnold. And he's got a man, Demaryius Thomas. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Certainly worth noting he's now 1 catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And Bryant's kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
You know, but rush coming, and he's taken down. Jordan Jenkins able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. A gain there of 21 yards.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Flushed out right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And an alley to run. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there. But
he's got a man complete. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. D.D. Westbrook, his fourth touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And he gets this only to the 41, not near enough for the first. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Caught call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again, so it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
On 2nd down. It's Bell. Bell a first down and then some. And all the way up to the 45-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones. The Jets were 26th in rushing in the NFL last year. That's a big reason they went and signed Bell back on March 13th. And plays like that give them optimism that they can move up the... And a big loss here as he's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Darnold. And the pressure gets to him again. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Need something for deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Darnold from the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
37 yards on the punt with no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guy.
There he goes left side. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark in the final seconds of the first half, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his 2nd extra point here in the first half. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A final shot before the break. Darnold. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
44's Mike. 44's Mike. Check.
They'll throw now on the final play. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And the Jets set to receive this 3rd quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the 2nd half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Eluding the pressure right. Incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
They still need 6 yards here on third down after the penalty. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Minshew throwing on third down. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Flush to his right. And that's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Faking the give, Darnold. Going for the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Throw complete to Herndon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Darnold now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Throwing again is Darnold. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
First down, Jets.
On first down, Bell. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Again, it's Bell. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
44, Mike, 44. Hey, Alpha. It's a party now.
Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. That's complete. It's Bell. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. And defensively, they were ready for that. A full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. And that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. He already has 2 sacks to his credit, now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out-and-out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible. Because right now, he is wrecking things for them.
Give him 3 yards on the run. Now they'll need to drop something good here on 3rd and 13.
Ready? 50, plant. Check 41. Hey, tight. Shoot.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A great pickup there, 35 yards, and obviously the first down to go along with it. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Fournette running out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambo, and that gives them a 3-point lead. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't give it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check.
They'll go again with Bell. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The Jets on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5.
Now it's Darnold. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there, but it's going to be 2nd down.
They were trying to erase that deficit in one play.
They certainly were, but how about the reaction time and the instincts back deep to force the incompletion? We might need to mark this one down. We may look back and say, that was a game-saving play.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. A shotgun snap for Donald. Open man is Anderson.
He was the leading receiver for the Jets a season ago. Robbie Anderson, 50 catches, over 750 yards, and getting more and more comfortable with Sam Darnold. Now a year plus under their belts collectively. You'd figure that those numbers for Anderson might be trending further north.
From the 50, it's Darnold. Caught here by Bell. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. To throw is Darnold. That one complete to Anderson. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now Darnold under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan. Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Back to throw now in his own end zone. Caught here by Conley. And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Hey, let's get this. Shake 3. 218, chop it. Hey, exit.
Out of the gun is Minshew. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. Let's take it inside his own 40. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
They'll run on first down. It's Bell, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Darnold now to throw. Herndon's got it complete. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
This is caught. A good pickup there at 22. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell in the final minute, and the Jets are going to retake the lead. Bryant's extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Blowing that play up was Henry Anderson. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. A give to Bell. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Jets, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll have another road date next week with the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.